The Illuminati are the ones who will aid the Antichrist in bringing in the New World Order, Revelation 12. They as dragon people are waiting for the Messiah to be born so they can kill him, Psalms 2. This council gathered together against the Lord God and his anointed son the Messiah. The Illuminati is a group or sect that has actually existed since the Babylonian Empire, where Babylonian mysticism was called Illuminism. There are good and there are evil Illuminati. The good has its origin in waiting for the sun to rise each morning. The evil say the word Illuminati is derived from Lucifer, which again means bearer of the light or being of extraordinary brilliance, hence, it has the meaning holder of light. According to the Al-Morid Modern English/Arabic Dictionary, the Ashuric Syriac, Arabic, word for Illuminati is a tabakatral mutaniriat, which means Society of Light. In the Encyclopedia Judaica, page 1434, volume 1, the Aramaic, Hebrew, word for Illuminati is Haskalah. This word is used in reference to the Enlightenment movement, which began within the Jewish society in the 1770s AD. It has its roots in the general Enlightenment movement in Europe, which is in actuality the evil Illuminati. The real name for Illuminati was adopted by certain mystical schools in Babylon who were not evil. During that time, the person who was initiated into these mystery schools was called illuminated. The evil Illuminati have no concern with race, nationality, creed, or movement. They work only for themselves. The aim of the Illuminati is to subject all mankind to sovereign tyranny and to control the minds of the world's population through their deception and illusions. They want to rule under one world order. Some other sects recorded in the history of Illuminism are the Illumines of Picardy, France, the Illuminati of Avignon, France, and the Illuminati of Stockholm, Sweden. However, none of these proved to be as big a threat as the Illuminati of Bavaria, Germany. Another sect of Illuminati was Los Alumbrados, a school for higher learning of witchcraft founded in Spain in 1152 AD. Ignatius de Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, was a member of this order, Los Alumbrados. Hence, it is not surprising that the one man accredited with having defined the Illuminati as an organization was an ex-Jesuit himself. Many believe that Ignatius de Loyola originally founded the Illuminati that was conceived in 1776 AD. The Jesuits were founded by Ignatius de Loyola in 1541 AD. The Jesuits are commonly known as the Catholic priest of Jesuit. Their original purpose is to stop the spread of Protestantism, people who protested to Roman Catholic teachings. Now the Jesuits are bloodthirsty, power-hungry Satanists. They will smash anyone who attempts to get in their way or slow up their plans. Their only interest is money and power. The Jesuit priests were the force behind the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. The Jesuit became the most dreaded religious organization in history. They were physical agents for the Luciferians and masters of deceit. The Illuminati was founded by Adam Weishaupt at 28 years old in Bavaria, Germany, and was first formed on May 1, 1776 AD. Adam Weishaupt was born a Jew who converted to Catholicism, then he turned to witchcraft. He was an ex-Jesuit priest and a professor of canon law at Ingolstadt, Germany, when he began to write down a plan to destroy all government and religions in order to bring about a one world order. This is a plan that has been in the making for hundreds of years. He was quoted as saying, "It is necessary to establish a universal regime and empire over the whole world. No other order of the Illuminati has been as successful as this secret order." Alongside of Adam Weishaupt there was also another man responsible for the founding of the Illuminati, whose name is Meyer Amschel Rothschild. He went under the alias Amschel Meyer Bauer. Adam Weishaupt created the plans and Rothschild provided the monetary funds for their secret society. Weishaupt joined himself with Meyer Rothschild, who also wanted to organize an association for the means of complete and total control of the wealth, natural resources and in general, the entire world, the New World Order. Meyer Amschel Rothschild was a member of the famed House of Rothschild. The Rothschild are a family of bankers who control an international consortium of banks. The House of Rothschild have had an enormous impact on European economic history since the late 18th century. The Rothschild are the famous family of German Jewish bankers, who have yielded considerable political influence for more than 2 centuries. Meyer Amschel had 5 sons. With his 5 sons, namely, Amschel Meyer, Salomon Meyer, Nathan Meyer, Karl Meyer and Jacob Meyer. He started a business that dealt in luxury items, coins and commercial papers. Spurred by the investment opportunities presented by the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars, the firm turned to banking, and by the early years of the 19th century the 5 brothers had established branches in Frankfurt, London, Paris, Vienna and Naples. The financial genius who further developed his father's investment empire and the most successful was Nathan Meyer Rothschild. These 5 brothers were located in the most important economical centers in Europe that made international banking investments possible. It was Adam Weishaupt and the House of Rothschild who started this partly religious and partly political movement. According to an excerpt from Encyclopedia Judaica on page 334, Jerusalem Volume 14 states, the family name Rothschild is derived from a red shield which once hung in front of the house of the founder, Isaac Ellenan in Frankfurt. Though his grandson left the house, his descendants continued to bear the surname until the birth of Meyer Amschel, son of Amschel Moses Rothschild. The Rothschild were undistinguished merchants and communal servants. Meyer Amschel began trading in antiques and old coins and in money changing, and thus in 1764 AD he began doing business with the future Landgrave William of Hesse-Kassel, an avid coin collector and heir to the largest fortune in Europe. Meyer Amschel kept close connections with William, a confidential financial advisor. C.F. Butterus eventually became his silent partner. This secret partnership proved to be very important in securing the eventual close relationship between Meyer Amschel Rothschild and Landgrave William, and because Rothschild also gained the confidence of Landgrave William, the Landgrave heir helped finance Rothschild, who in turn built an empire. Meyer Rothschild at the age of 32 had a meeting with other wealthy influential men in Frankfurt. His purpose was to convince them that if they agreed to pool their resources they could then finance and control the world revolutionary movement and use it as their manual of action to win ultimate control of the wealthy, natural resources and manpower of the entire world. He began to write documents, while still a professor, to destroy all governments and religions. He began the most successful of all the secret orders and of all of the Illuminatists. This was the Bavarian Germany Illuminati. The Bavarian Illuminati is based on the Colombian faction. The Colombian faction came after the government was formed. That's why we have Colombian Space Shuttle, Colombian Radio, Television, Records, University, Colombian Broadcasting System, which is the all-seeing eye. Refer to scroll number 147 entitled, People of the Sun by Netter Efrati Adam Re. That is also why our government is in the District of Columbia. Now, Adam Weishaupt took another approach, which was through intense secrecy. He managed to quietly weasel his way inside other secret societies. In the book The New World Order, page 105-106, authored by A. Ralph Epperson, it states that Professor Adam Weishaupt boastfully stated that his organization would remain concealed from the eyes of the public. He wrote, "The great strength of our order lies in its concealment. Let it never appear in any place in its own name but always conveyed by another name and another occupation." He even told the world in his writings where he would conceal the order, "None is fitter than the 3 lower degrees of Freemasonry. The public is accustomed to it, expects little from it and therefore takes little notice of it." Which is exactly what is happening today. If you would pay close attention to a simple thing such as the symbols all around you, you would know that the Illuminati and the Freemasonic rituals and symbols are incorporated in everything that you do. They are the ones that set the codes, rules, laws and regulations. Yet no one cares to notice it, so it continues to be unnoticed, and the moment someone like myself comes along and tells you about it, you call them crazy or say they are against the government, when in actuality it is your government that is against you. Just pay a little more attention to your surroundings and it will all come together for you. Don't believe me? Check it out. With a little research you will find that what I have been saying to you for more than 30 years, is all right and exact. I deal strictly with the facts. Adam Weishaupt decided that the Illuminati needed a cover, and he successfully infiltrated the Freemasonic order in 1777 AD at the Freemasonic Congress at Wilhelmsbad. Weishaupt joined the Freemasons in 1782 AD and was initiated into Freemasonry in a lodge at Munich, Germany. Posing at first as a religious reformer and a liberal in politics, he attracted many to his political movement, which was also known as Republicanism. He adopted the Jesuit system of espionage, introduced witchcraft to his followers and developed a fraternity within his political movement that was similar to Freemasonry. He didn't make much progress until he met a high-ranking Freemason named Baron von Nigg. Von Nigg was not only a high-ranking Freemason but he was also a master of most of the secret societies of his day and an expert in the occult. Baron von Nigg joined Weishaupt's order in 1780 AD and he soon became a leader, dividing the control and direction between him and Weishaupt. After Weishaupt formed his organization with financial backing from the House of Rothschild, he adopted the name Illuminati, Enlightenment, and now Weishaupt and von Nigg plan this takeover by using the prestigious, honorable and virtuous society, the Fraternal Order of Freemasonry. Eventually, these two occult masters had a rivalry for who would be Rex, ruler of the Illuminati. So in 1785 AD Baron von Nigg left the order and Weishaupt began to suffer internal turmoil. Adam Weishaupt headed the Grand Lodge of the Orient with the pseudonym, alias or fictitious name, the Light Bearers. This lodge had great influence throughout the world. His public call was for one world government, which consisted of ingenious thinkers that included knowledge in literature, political science, economics and art. His true aim was to destroy all existing governments and religions by any means necessary, which was the use of men with great influence and good standing, so that they would become tools of use in the Light Order. Refer to Secret Societies Unmasked, edition number 64 by Netter, Efforty Autumn Re. The professors of universities who were a part of the Light Order, associated with intellectual students from respectable families. Their aim was to push these students towards studies of internationalism. This would make humanity avoid the disaster of wars under mankind's leadership. Once students accepted these principles, their education began in private schools. When the students returned to their countries, they were placed in influential positions. Adam Weishaupt's plan was to destroy two of the greatest states that existed in the 18th century, France and Britain, through the Light Order, which was to create imperialistic wars to incite revolution in France and to exhaust the British Empire. As a result of this plan, the French Revolution took place in 1789 AD. Because of the knowledge that the Bavarian government had concerning this plan, orders were issued to occupy and claim all that was in the Grand East Lodge. The Illuminati survived as an order through such sects known as the Gnostics and the Rosicrucians. The Gnostics were a sect of Illuminati of which the Nicolaitanes were a part. The Nicolaitanes are mentioned in Revelation 2:15 as a group founded by Nicholas, a leader of Paul's, the 13th self-appointed apostle. Simon Magus, Bar Jesus, took his magic from the Gnostics and mixed them with Christianity. Simon Magus, Bar Jesus, is the Jesus Paul has Christians worshipping. Refer to scroll number 134, entitled, Jesus as Tammuz and Horus in History by Noble Reverend Dr. Malachi Z. York. A great number of the members of the Order of the Illuminati come through Euro-Freemasonry. When you reach a 33rd degree Mason, then you are introduced to the Illuminati and find out their purpose. Euro-Freemasons have been a part in the Illuminati circle since 1775. The head family over the Illuminati at the present time is the Rothschild. Directly under them is the Council of 13, the Grand Druid Council. The Grand Council only takes their orders from the Rothschild. Directly under the Grand Council is the Council of 33. These are the highest Euro-Freemasons in the world, and under them is the Council of 500. These are the richest people in the world. Approximately 25 years ago, Philip Rothschild told one of his mistresses to write a 1,100-page book to witches describing how they were going to take over the world through the Illuminati. The book is called Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. It states that the Illuminati will bankrupt their own businesses and still remain financially independent. They will raise oil prices and destroy oil wells or have oil spills. They will derail trains and blow up rainforests. There will be longshoremen strikes, air traffic controller strikes, and motormen strikes. Nothing will be able to be imported or exported. Everything will be paralyzed. Only federal planes will fly. They will pass an anti-holding act which will forbid you to store over a month's worth of food and medicine in your houses. The Illuminati are in the process now of destroying stored food and farmlands. The only food that will be available to you will be in federal houses. You will have to depend on the federal government for everything. Sound familiar? All the above mentioned ploys are happening today or have already happened. You may think or want to believe that this is some storybook that you are reading and that it is just made up, but it's not. The knowledge that you are reading in this scroll is facts. It's happening right now. The Order of the Illuminati has succeeded in gaining followers of wealth and power throughout the world. Psalms 2, they are monopolizing and controlling every aspect of your life. They are controlling the church and mosque you attend, the banks where you get your money, the stores where you spend it, the clothes that you wear, the music that you listen to, the sports that you partake in, and you're not even aware of it. They are doing all of this in the name of the Luciferians. As you can see, the One World Order was introduced way back then. As I stated previously, this is not a new thought that I or anyone else in this century just decided to make up out of nowhere. Now, if you're going to accept what I am saying, then you're starting to have a totally different outlook on the world you live in. But it's up to you to decide whose side you want to be on. The Afro-Freemason don't know a thing. The Illuminati use Euro-Freemasonry as another ploy to cover up their devilishment. Most Freemasons don't even know that Illuminists exist in their midst. Only selected individuals within the lodge are initiated into the Illuminati. The Illuminati went underground and infiltrated the Freemasonic orders. One lodge that was infiltrated was the Lodge of Blue Freemasonry. The plan to infiltrate the Freemasonic Lodge was written in a book entitled Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. Albert Pike and some Freemasons became aware of that infiltration and felt the need to comment about it. One such Freemason was President George Washington, who was sent a copy of Professor John Robinson's book entitled Proofs of a Conspiracy by a Christian Minister named G.W. Snyder. The president responded to the minister's request that he read the book, and his letter to the minister has been preserved for posterity. Here is an excerpt from that letter taken from the New World Order, page 110-111 by Ralph Epperson, and it states, "It was not my intention to doubt that the doctrines of the Illuminati and principles of Jacobinism had not spread in the United States. On the contrary, no one is more fully satisfied of was that I did not believe that the lodges of Freemasons in this country had, as societies, endeavored to propagate the diabolical defined as being of the devil tenets of the Illuminati, that individuals of them may have done it, or that the founder may have had these objects and actually, in my view, had a separation of the people from their government, is too evident to be questioned. I believe that none of the lodges in this country are contaminated with the principles ascribed to the Society of the Illuminati.